Hey teachers! In this video, I am going to show you my absolute favorite activity to use in the month of October. This is the perfect way to keep your students engaged while they practice important math and ELA skills. All right, it is officially fall, which means I am eating all the pumpkin things and watching The Nightmare Before Christmas on repeat. Actually, that's always a hot debate amongst me and my friends. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie? I'm team Halloween, but let me know down in the comments what you think. But anyways, all of that aside, I also love bringing fall into the classroom and just finding ways to engage students with the seasons and the holidays of the seasons. So in this video, I want to share my absolute favorite October Halloween activity with you. It is an escape room, and if you followed me for long, you know I love a good escape room. So I'm going to show you exactly how I created this Halloween escape room, so that way you can create your own, or really you can apply anything that I'm about to show you in creating an escape room for any holiday or any subject area. Now, I also want to let you know before we dig into it that if you don't really feel like making your own escape room, and I totally get that, that's fine. I have linked the escape room that I'm going to show you in this video down in the description. So if you just want to grab that from me, you can do that. It comes with both a PDF version for in-person students and a digital version for your virtual or hybrid students. Actually, you can use the virtual one with your in-person students as well if you want something for them to do that's a little bit more stationary. So let's start by talking about this escape room. Now, one thing that any good classroom escape room needs to have is a theme. I find the best way to get my kiddos to buy into one of these activities is with a good theme. So the theme for this particular escape room is that students are wandering through a forest and they stumble upon a mysterious house. They walk inside and find that they are trapped inside of this haunted house called Ghostly Manor, and the only way that they can escape this haunted house is by completing this series of challenges. And like I said, I incorporate math and ELA skills into most of the activities. So let's look at the different activities we've got going on with this escape room. So the first activity in this escape room, and you'll notice I title all of the activities room and with a number because they're pretending that they are going through the rooms of this haunted house and completing these activities. Now I have got a short passage about the history of Halloween in the United States on the activity sheet, but some of the information is coded. So they have to use the key to decode the information, and as they're doing this decoding activity, they're learning about the history of Halloween and where it came from and what holidays it actually originated with. So I always love, anytime I'm doing any sort of holiday escape room, is incorporating some kind of history about the holiday, and so this activity is where I do that here. All right, so the next one is something that I think that's particularly important when it comes to Halloween, and that is safety. So a lot of my escape rooms, I will incorporate a pigpen cipher, which is what you see here, and you can actually easily download a pigpen cipher. Just Google pigpen cipher font and you can download it to your computer and create all kinds of puzzles just like the one that I have created here. But for this particular activity, they are using the pigpen cipher to decode trick-or-treating safety rules. So I think this is especially important in today's day and age. It's great for kids to be able to go out and trick-or-treat, but they need to stay safe while they're doing it. So now's a good time to review that information. And you can use this pigpen cipher, like I said, with literally any decoding activity. All right, so activity number 3, I also like to incorporate vocabulary into my escape rooms. A lot of my students come from backgrounds where they don't have real expansive vocabularies and they really struggle with vocabulary when they're reading and identifying words. So what I've done for this activity is it is a word search type activity where they're looking for different words and then pulling letters from the different words to answer a riddle. And I've tried to include a combination of words with this one. You'll see some that are very obvious, like pumpkin, and then I've included some adjectives like haunted, or words like cemetery or cauldron that they may see when they're reading different books that we're using at this grade level. So always look for ways that you can incorporate vocabulary into your escape rooms, and you don't have to just go with the obvious words. Look for more creative adjectives that you maybe want your students to be using, or nouns that are associated with the holiday. All right, I told you there were some math activities too, so let's go ahead and get into that. Now, with any escape room activity, you can very easily create word problems related to the activity. So for this specific one, I have created a series of word problems that are related to things that are happening at Ghostly Manor, the haunted house that students are supposedly trapped in. So they will read through, solve each of these word problems, and create a numerical code for this activity. Like I said, super easy to create word problems associated with really any theme or holiday that you're using for an escape room. That's what I love about a lot of these activities, is that you can take these type of challenges and incorporate them into anything that you are doing. All right, number 5. This is more of a fun one. Not as much ELA and math in this one compared to some of the activities, but I think it's okay just to incorporate some fun into your escape rooms as well. But for this one, what I really like is there's a clue, and then next to the clue, there are letters that are scrambled, and they have to descramble those letters to respond to the clue and figure out what the clue is talking about. So I guess they're still using some context clues here as well. We are incorporating some of those ELA skills. But this one is really fun because each of the clues are related to different types of candy and Halloween treats. So kind of cool to learn where some of their favorite candies may have come from. And last but not least, we have another math activity. This is a graphing activity. I created this bar graph inside of PowerPoint. So very easy to use the graphing tools inside of PowerPoint or Word or any Office tool and just create your own graph. It doesn't have to be a bar graph. They have all kinds of graphing tools there. So whatever type of graphs your students are working with at their grade level, you can create something. But I've created a problem situation where students are analyzing a graph about the amount of candy eaten at Ghostly Manor, the haunted house that they are supposedly trapped in. And then they have to answer a series of multiple choice questions utilizing that graph, and the answers will create a code for them. So there you have it. Those are 6 fun activities. This is my absolute favorite activity to use around Halloween. It gets students up and moving around the room where I set up different stations. The story gets them really excited about learning, but they're also incorporating math and ELA skills that they need for state testing at the end of the year. And so they're getting valuable information and having a lot of fun at the same time. Like I said, you can incorporate these activities into any escape room that you're creating, or if you're interested in this particular escape room that I've showed you, you can find it linked down in the description. But I hope that you and your students enjoy using this particular activity or something similar that you create. And I hope that you have a very happy Halloween. So until next time, happy teaching!